sum equal to 0. Let's say count equal to 0. These two variables, I'm gonna sum of age counter per student. I wrote some comment also, and then we'll say while, which is, let's say if. We'll also take a variable, are there more students, equal to true. And then I'll say if are there more students, equal to true. Now remember, I don't need to say true. If it is a boolean, by default it is as good as equal to true, right? But I'll be explicit here, true colon, and then I want to say sum equal, no, first I want to get the age equal to input, and I'll say enter your age, and then I'll say sum equal to sum plus age. And remember, you can write the shorthand, and I can say plus equal to age. Similarly, CNT plus equal to 1. Right? I'm using compound operator here. And equal to is always on the right side, remember. And then finally, I'll say print. No, I want to calculate the average. So AVG equal to sum divided by CNT. And then say average age of a student in this class is comma age. I want to give a user-friendly message. Right? Since I did not use loop, let's see what happens. I run it, run without debugging. It's gonna say enter your age. So I entered something else. Okay. Say run without debugging. Enter your age. I say 46. Average age of a student in this class is 46. What happened is event inside. If you draw a trace table, you will write variable is true. And variable is true, then line number 5, 6, and 7 will execute. And then average student will become 46 because count is 1, sum is 46, also 46. But my goal is to ask this question multiple times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a loop. And I know line number 5, 6, and 7. These three is what is going to be asked for every student. Ask the name, add this, calculate the new sum, and also keep a counter. So let's convert this to while. That's the only change you need to do for loop. Now this become a loop. You are saying while this statement is true. That means we are saying this expression, this whole expression, as long as it remains true, line number this, and this will continue to execute. Right? Let's run it. When we run it, and we say run without debugging, age, let's say Anis is 15 years old, right? Akars is 16 years old. Okay? Mika is 14 years old. Dev is 10 years old. Jay is 12 years old. Who else did we miss? Correct? So we took this age. Now, what happened? If you enter, I want to exit now. How do I exit? Because I entered 23, 46, 3, 4, whatever. There is no way I'm going to exit. I have to keep entering this value. This is what I call it infinite loop. Think that you are a robot standing at the door of a gate. You keep asking, and you never stop. If I enter a value, you start next one. I don't know how to tell you to stop. This is called infinite loop. Why it is infinite loop? Because this while statement is always be true. This is never be going to be false. We have to figure it out a way to make it false. How do we do that? The variable or the condition has to become false at some point of time. And in real life, how do you make it false? No, false. In real life, you're saying, hey, are there more students? And some point of time, somebody has to say no. So what happened if I enter here and I say, are there more students equal to input and say, are there more students. And I'll convert this to Boolean, right? Because answer is always a string. And I need to convert this to Boolean. Let's try. So now, if I say no, or I mean yes or no, then I can convert this into this expression may becomes false, right? So I will stop. Sorry, I will stop this, kill this program, and I killed it by saying stop. I killed the program, so thank God it came out. But as you can see, it did not give me the average because I killed it. Line number 9 never executed. Program abruptly ended. It did not stop. It abruptly ended. I forced it to end. So let's run this program again. Let's start without debugging. It will ask me age and say again 12 years. Are there more students? And I say true. Then it will ask me again, are there more students? And then enter the age 5. I'll say true. Are there more students? Answer is 6. I mean, sorry, true. And I keep asking, and let's say I make it this time. I said, 23 years. And I say this time false. No, there are no more students. It did not run. Why? Because I'm trying to convert this into Boolean, and this may, even though I made it false, did not become, this value is not turning into false. Only when this will false, then this whole expression will return false, and then it will come out of the loop, right? So if I say, let me again kill this program, okay? And now this time, we'll make it just yes or no, okay? And we'll put a check here and say, let's say if are there equal to, no, I should use a different variable and say more students. And if I say more students equal to yes, keep it all lowercase, then I don't have to do anything. But if answer is no, then my variable has to be are there more students equal to false, right? So I'm only interested in happy path. If you say no, then I will stop. Otherwise, I'll keep going. Whatever you say other than no, I'll keep going. So let's run this time, and hopefully this should work. Age, I say 23. Yes, we'll continue. 34. Then no, it came out, right? As soon as I say no, it checked. My string answer is no, small no, and I say no. This is the loop terminated this time, and I say average is 34. Which is not correct actually. There is a mistake because I said first is 23, second is 34. What did I print here? Oh, I'm printing age. I should print average. This one. Okay, this is my output variable. Okay, so then these few lines of code, I've shown you that sum and count. I kept a variable true or false, and then I want to find out as long as there are more students, true. I will keep doing these 3 lines of code, but I should also make sure that at some point of time my loop becomes false. And how do I make a false? By asking one more question. Every time I ask your age, then I should tell you, I should ask, are there more guys? And if somebody says yes, then it's okay, continue. Otherwise, you will stop. Think that this is you as Python doing while you're standing in front of your class, then it makes a lot of more sense. Otherwise, you'll keep doing the task. Okay, and then pause for a minute and see if there are questions. Do you understand how while loop works now? And now, again, one more thing. If you want to find it out, how many times this guy ran, from the condition, you cannot do that. How do you know? Put a counter inside. And this counter, every time this loop runs, counter value will increase by 1. And if I print a counter and say print and say total number of students is CNT, it will tell you how many students you processed. Sometimes it may be 5, sometimes it may be 20, sometimes it may be 100. So while loop is indefinite loop. And the same while loop became infinite when I did not do I did not reset the value of the variable to false. If I remove these lines, 3 lines of code, right? This loop is the same loop becomes infinite loop because this value is always true. You never manipulated and reset this value to false. So condition is always true. Line number 4 and 5, 6, and 7 will continue to execute. Okay. Second point, it is also called pre-test loop because I am checking this condition in the beginning. If this condition right now I have a hard coded. Imagine I ask this, are there more students here in the line number 3? And answer is no. Then loop will never execute because this variable will become false. And if it is false, line number 5, 6, and 7 will never execute. Then it also means that I am doing a test before I am executing the code. Make sense? And that's why it is also called pre-test. You're testing it before you are doing anything. So let's see. I take this code and rather than giving a hard-coded value, I declare a variable, are there more students? But I'm also asking, to begin with, I'm asking, are there more students? And answer is this, then I'm false. Let's do this time. If I run this, and are there more students? I ask first questions. The answer is no. See, it gave an error because average is, I'm dividing it by sum and count both, right? Which is not true. So I can keep, counter as 1, or I can do something about it. But the focus is, if I ask in the beginning, and the answer is no, then this condition becomes false. If this condition becomes false, line number 8, line number 9, 10, and 11 never executes. That is why it is also called pre-test. You first test before you do anything else. Okay. We'll take another simple example. Now that you understand the syntax, I want to take a real life example so that you understand. Let's take an example. I equal to 1, and I say while the condition is I less than equal to 10. Oops. Right? And I want to say print I. What's wrong with this code, Mika? What do you think? Who can tell me what is wrong with this code?
You can't use while on a non-boolean value.
No, I can. I declared a variable and I am using that variable with a value. This is, as long as this is a valid Boolean expression, the highlighted part, the code is fine. As long as this returns true or false, and it is returning true or false. Right now, what is I equal to? Well, let's draw a trace table. Simple trace table.
Because the value of I won't change.
Exactly. And the value of I will not change, then you are creating an infinite loop because this condition is always true, right? I is always 1. So it will go and print 1, print 1, print 1, print 1, print 1. You're never changing the value of I. So this, if you run this code right now, you see, this is called infinite loop. Same loop, right? Indefinite loop, but because the condition is always true, I is 1, and 1 is always less than 10, then it is printing 1, 1, 1, 1 forever. I have to kill this program. But now if I go and say I equal to I plus 1, if I do this, now run this program, it will print 1 to 10 and stop because the loop says print up, go I less than equal to 10. And let's draw a quick flow, trace table, then it will make a lot more sense. Okay. We have only one variable. And this is our I. Line number 1, I is 1. While 1 is less than equal to 10, answer is true. True, it will print 1. And then it will add I equal to I plus 1. I will become 2. And then it will go back, the second iteration, it will print 2. I will become 3. The next iteration, it will become print 3. because right now I is 3. See, I is 3. So when it goes back here, it will print I, which is 3 right now. And then this line, I will become 4. Then this is 4. This is 4. This will become 5, so on. So when it becomes 10, it will 10, and this will become 11. Then is 11 less than equal to 10? Answer is no. It will come out, and you will see that it printed from all the way. The values that it printed is 1 to, sorry, this is the value it will print. Make sense? Dev? Akarsh?
Yep, it makes sense.
Yeah, the test table is very handy, very helpful here. Okay. Akash, what do you think? Okay. Let's say example 3rd. And this time question to you, Meeta. I want to print in the reverse order. I want to print, this code will print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And after 10, it will exit because it says I is less than equal to 10. As soon as I becomes 11, it will exit. But how would I want to print in the reverse order? I want to start with 10 and 9, say, I do the reverse counting. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How would you do that? What change I should do in this code? Mika?
I'm not sure.
Think about it. So what is the first value you want to print? 10, right? So let's just start with 10. And what should we, so this will make sure that it will forget about this condition. I want to start with 10. I want to print 10 and I want to reduce the value by 1. Correct? So that's why I always say, don't think about loop. Think first what should be the one simple happy path. I equal to 10, print 1, print 10, and 10 equal to 10 minus 1. Now you go back and repeat this and say, okay, I want to repeat this. How far? Till I is greater than equal to 1. You're just flipping the condition now. Right? You get it, Megha?
Yeah.
Say yes only when you really get it. I want to make sure that you're confident.
Yeah.
Or do you want me to explain? It's okay to say, please explain again. Dave, what do you think?
It'll still work.
So what am I doing? I'm starting with 10 because this is what the first value I want to print. And I'll say print, and next value should be less than 1, 9. And now put this thing into a loop. Line number 1, 3, and 4. Now you have to wrap line number 3 and 4 around the loop. So first write the happy path. This is the happy path. And then put it under a loop. Right? You're decorating it in a loop, and loop is while, and then you're saying, hey, I'm starting with 10, but do up to 1, right? So that I has to be more than or equal to 1. As long as that is there, keep doing it. But after, at one point of time, what will happen is this I, let's do a trace table, right? So trace table wise, you think it, right? The first time it will print 10. This will become 9. Next time it will print 9. This will become 8. And so on. So finally, this will print 1 and this will become 0. And then it will go in again and check, is 0 greater than equal to 1? Answer is false. It will come out of the loop. So it will print truly 10 this. Make sense? So as I said, first think happy path. Think one scenario and then wrap it in a loop and then focus on the condition. In what condition this should print? It should print as long as it is more than 1, because you want to print from 10 to 1. It should not print 0. It should not print negative, because remember, you're reducing the value. It may become negative some point of time. So you have to do two things. One is find a condition that should become false at some point of time. Otherwise, it will become infinite loop. And second, you should know when to stop. Actually, when to know stop will control the loop and make it exit.